Oh, 3, 2, 1. All right, we got Matt Dunphy here. You're in Chicago right now. Tell me what the atmosphere is like.
I am. I'm in the South Loop right now, and for those who are familiar with Chicago, I'm literally facing Soldier Field right now.
No kidding.
So I'm south of all the downtown and all the ruckus. Most of the crazy stuff is happening in Wrigleyville, which is about a 30-minute train ride north through public transportation. I'm headed out there later, but
when you say crazy stuff, is everything safe? Is everybody behaving themselves, or is it really out of control?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm in the safer part right now. I mean, believe it or not, there are safe parts of Chicago, but but yeah, South Loop is pretty calm. I mean, people are obviously, I was at a bar and, you leave and people are honking horns and waving flags. Someone had an inflatable cup, and it's been fun. But, everyone's just really happy.
Yeah.
I never thought.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I never thought that I would ever see this team win 3 Stanley Cups. Growing up, we didn't have the games on TV. You go into a store pre-2007 and there's nothing Hawks in there. And I'll admit that Blackhawks are notorious for bandwagon fans. I jumped on in 2008 when Kaner had his rookie year because I was hooked, because that's when they put games back on TV. And ever since then, I've been a diehard fan, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Well, I don't think that's ridiculous. First of all, when I was growing up, and I'm a little older than you, the Blackhawks were an original 6 team. They had Jeremy Roenick, they had Chris Chelios. They were contenders, and in fact, in 1992, they went all the way to the end and ran into Mario Lemieux. You mentioned, you make a very good point. The Hawks were not on television. Well, the New York Rangers dominate the ratings and everything because they were on television. And the former owner of the Blackhawks, so I can't remember his name, when he passed away,
William Worth.
William Worth.
W. Worth.
When William Worth passed away, it turned out to be a bit of a blessing for the Blackhawks because this guy was a notorious stingy owner. He made plenty of money selling jerseys, even when the team was in the toilet, and he let it go into the toilet because he wanted to put the games on pay-per-view. How do you sell a game to kids?
It's not professional wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and they've already set the standards. But they have Raw. When I was a kid, they had Sunday Superstars. You need to put them out there. That is the advertisement to bring people in. When I was a kid, the Devils and the Islanders were on Sports Channel. You had to pay for it. Well, the Islanders fell apart. They're just starting to put it together almost 30 years later. And the Devils, even with 3 Stanley Cups, never, ever took over the New York area like they probably should have because they kept them off television. Now, things have changed since then. Being on ESPN and then moving that over to NBC and, having better ratings.
NBC has been great.
NBC's been the best thing.
I mean, ESPN may dominate sports news, but NBC has been so good to NHL.
Well, and not only that, ESPN couldn't get the NHL over like they could, like Doc Emmerich and the boys could. So you got to give even a little credit to Pierre Maguire. But I mean, you take the new owner over there, you put him on TV. This is the power. This is what I mentioned on the show. This is what you get when an original 6 team is well managed. You get championships, and it's like you said. And I don't even think you're being arrogant, even mildly. It's very conceivable.
No, and there's a lot of arrogant Hawks fans in the city. But I mean, I am trying to be as humble as possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to go outside in a bit with my Andrew Shaw sweater on and my Blackhawks flag, waving it around. But
But
I don't think that's. But at the same time, if you go, everyone I'm sure listening is a part of social media, and you go on either Facebook or Twitter, and there are some really terrible Hawks fans. I'm a big Hawks fan, and I think we have some of the worst fans in the league. I was at Game 3 of the Western.
I don't buy
that. I was at Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, and people were sitting on their asses, just doing nothing. It was like church with a minute left. It was pathetic. I have a video of it.
It wasn't like that when I was a kid. This team was running to the ground. They have a fantastic tradition. Poor Stan Mikita is sick. He was one of the greatest hockey players ever. He played up until about 1980. A Gordie Howe contemporary. They had Jeremy Roenick. They had Tony Amonte. This was a poorly run team.
Eric Daze.
Dizzy Daze could have been really could have been great. This team was poorly managed, and getting them on TV. Well, like, all right, you're not a diehard fan because what? You were a kid. Like none of my family was hockey fans. So you're exposing to it, and of course, the power of the original 16, the power of that wonderful logo and that wonderful tradition. Of course, you're winning championships. That's what happens when you're running running an original 16 well. And I don't think you guys have anything to apologize for. You win Stanley Cups, you get more fans, that brings in more revenue, that brings in more Stanley Cups, and that's nothing.
And going
to
back to
apologize
Stan
for.
Mikita, I know I hate to bring it up a low point, but
Sure.
I tweeted out an article. I don't know if you saw it, but Stan Mikita has no idea the Hawks are in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he knows they won it.
Stan Mikita
He's got really
is
bad Alzheimer's right now.
Yeah,
Sad.
he's in a full stage dementia. He's 75 years old. I like the fact that his wife was just like, I'm not going to get on this stupid lawsuit bandwagon because hockey was good to him and he was good to hockey. And let's keep in mind,
hockey, football, wrestling, they're all getting on it right now, and I'm glad that
my grandmother
definitely isn't doing that.
My grandmother got dementia at 78 years old. So, I mean, this is what happens when you get older. And yes, he was a professional athlete. He banged up his body real good. It's a tragedy that he didn't know it, but we're all going to get to Stan Mikita stage one day, and that's unfortunate. But
I mean, my grandma had it. I mean, I hate to go off topic because it's such a great night, but my grandma had it, and it sucked.
Oh, it's awful.
The last days of her life, she didn't know.
I watched her when I left for the Army. I watched my. She had no idea I was going. Dude, it's tragic.
God.
But Stan had a wonderful, great life, and that's just unfortunate. And I'm glad his family's doing the right thing by not getting on this stupid bandwagon.
I have to go in the bathroom, by the way, and talk because it's kind of loud outside.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you go. Go. I want you to be with your fellow Hawk fans. Be proud. Enjoy this cup. And don't make any apologize for it. I don't go for that true fandom. It's crap. You came into the game how you came into the game. Nothing to apologize for. Fandom.
I mean, I never hated the Hawks. I just wasn't a fan like I used to be.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have a Tony Amante jersey and an Eric Dawson t-shirt.
They had
to
look. I think they owed this to their fans. So you know what? You got to win. You got to show your fans you love them. And I think past ownerships didn't show their fans that, and what a shock. Got them back. They're winning, and they're well managed, and they're for everybody to consume and see. So
it's not over yet because
I don't think so.
Are here till 2023.
They're going to have a little cap issue at the end of the year. They're probably going to have to rearrange things. Maybe they go a year without it or something like that. But they recovered from 2009, and Kane and Taze, two of the best weapons I've seen basically in my entire life watching the game. They're not even
amazing.
They're not even 30 yet. So yeah, you guys are well deserved. I can't believe that I've watched this 3 Stanley Cups. I mean, it is amazing. But as a Ranger fan, I'd much rather it go to a wonderful original 6 organization like yourself. So you have a great one.
I was hoping the Rangers were in it because
it would have been.
I don't.
It would have been epic. But I'm sort of glad Tampa was in it because they were banged up and they would have never beaten the Hawks as banged up as they were, and it looked like. I think being banged up actually spelled doom for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The injury bug hit them a little harder than it hit the Hawks, and I think that's going to decide most Stanley Cup championships at the end of the day. How healthy is your really good team? And the Hawks were healthier, and they won. The playoff.
And Tampa Bay fans, we'll see you again because that team is young. And they are really good. And I think Bishop, I don't know if you heard it, but I think, Bishop had a torn, ACL or something ridiculous and finished the game. If Tampa Bay was healthy, I hate to admit it, they would have won the series.
I tend to agree with you. Now that you mentioned that, when we did the broadcast, I'm sorry I didn't say that. The Tampa Bay, they really don't hold your head low, hold it high. You have shots at Cups next year and President's Trophy. Sometimes you got to lose to win. And I think they just got a little unlucky with the injury bug. And I think the season's too long. I think the playoffs are too long. And that means you got to get lucky. And you're going up against one hell of a hockey team. They have something that you cannot teach. They have mega dynasty-like experience. So there you go. Hey, Matt, go enjoy your night in Chicago championship.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll remember it the rest of your life. You take care,
absolutely will. I absolutely will, man. Thank you for taking my call. Hope you enjoyed the videos. And
sure did.
You know,
we opened with your video, by the way.
So
great. You have to go
awesome.
check the show as soon as you
I'm going to have to watch this tomorrow morning. Hopefully I don't have too much of a hangover.
Just stay safe. That's all I got to tell you, man. All right, man?
I will.
Take care
I
of
will.
yourself.
Thanks, man. Thanks for taking my call, and go Hawks.
All right. Go Hawks, go. Take care, brother. Peace.
All right. See you later. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.